All right, Anthony Hartwig here. We are with Boardman Soccer yet again, the boys' side today, and it is going to be senior Costa Severco joining us first. And Costa, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Let's talk about it. Senior season, it's your last go around. What's it been like dealing with all the emotions and the mentality of being a senior?
I mean, it's been a lot different than I've expected. I mean, we started off a lot rougher than I expected, but we're really starting to pick it up a lot as well. I mean, last night we got our first win against St. Vincent St. Mary's, and as a team, we're starting to build a lot more. And as we learn more about each other, we're starting to play a lot better together and build up as a team, really.
This is a big senior class that you guys have. How much has that helped you guys kind of get through some adversity and stay together as a unit, knowing that you have a lot of people that you've played with for a long time?
It's really nice because I mean we do, as you said, we have a really big senior class. So a lot of these kids I've been playing with for at least over 4 years. I mean, not just here in high school, but a lot of these kids I played way before high school with, and it's just nice having them right there with me on out on the field and just playing with them. That chemistry, that build of chemistry, really does help us put our team together more.
Not all senior classes are as big as you. A lot of seniors come into senior year and there's a lot of responsibilities put on their shoulders and there's a lot of pressure to be a leader. But you guys, with such a big senior class, what kind of a weight is it off knowing that you have all these leaders around you and you don't have to be putting all the pressure on yourself to lead the team?
Well, it is really nice knowing that. I mean, like I'm not the only one out there. I mean, there's a lot of us, and we all have each other's backs. I mean, when we're out on that field, anything that happens, we're always together, and we play as a team. We work as a team. We lose as a team. We win as a team. Everything we do as a team, which is nice, especially that we have such a big team, because there's a lot of us out there, and we all hold each other up and lift each other up.
Now, with a big senior class, it means you're going to graduate a lot next year, and the program is going to have a lot of holes to fill. So, what are you guys doing to try to kind of put confidence into the younger kids in the team and make sure that this program is set up to succeed after you graduate?
So I think we've implemented a few things that are going to help them for the kids coming up next year, because I mean we have a young team as much as we do, like of course we have a lot of seniors, but I mean we have three freshmen on our varsity team. We have two captains that are juniors. Next year they'll be seniors, and they'll be able to carry that over next year, and they'll still be able to lead even though a lot of us are going to be gone. I think that's going to be nice because there's two guys with already the experience of being a captain, being able to lead that team, and then these three freshmen that we have playing varsity are going to continue playing varsity next year. They'll have more playing time, and the fact that we have so many young players. I mean, we just have we have a big team, so having those young players also helps really pull our team together, and just they'll be good next year, even though we're not going to be there with them. They'll be able to hold their own.
So, let's talk about your soccer journey. When did it start? When did you get involved in the sport? When are some of your earliest memories of soccer?
My some of my earliest memories are probably way back when in BSA. That's like our youth program. I've been playing for as long as I can remember. My mom always loved soccer. She got me into it, me and my brothers. And I mean, I've always loved it. Some of these guys I've been playing with since as long as I can remember. Sullivan Smith, we played BSA together since probably like 10 years old. But it's been nice because I've learned to fall in love with the game. And I had a gap year, my eighth grade year. I just stopped playing, and that's kind of really when I really when I realized I need to play the sport. Like I loved it too much. And then I came back freshman year and played, and I loved it. And ever since then, I've loved the sport.
When you took that year off, what did you miss the most of it? What was calling you back to the sport so much?
Well, I took the year off because I thought I was going to play football in high school, and so I played eighth grade football, and I just realized it wasn't the same. Like it's not. I didn't love it as much. I mean, just it's not. It's nowhere near the same. I mean, yeah, there's a competition. There's like you're playing against other athletes, but it's just not soccer. It's not soccer at all. Especially some of the guys that I would play with, they weren't there anymore. And it's not the same community at all either. And I missed it too much. And when I came back, I knew that's what I needed to be doing.
So let's talk about not the transition, but the growth over the years. You come back as a freshman, you start in your high school career. Now you're a senior. What are the biggest growth points do you think between you as a freshman and now?
I think as the years went on, I progressed different things. Like my freshman year, very slow. I was playing JV. I never even saw the varsity field, and I mean I wasn't doing much, and so I went to go play TCSE with Mo at after my freshman year. I talked to my mom. I was like, yeah, I need to go back to club soccer. I need to do that in the off season. And I went to go do that. I worked on my touch. I worked on my dribbling, everything, my speed. I did as much as I could. After sophomore year, there's a few more things I needed to fix, work on. I mean, I had great leaders my sophomore year telling me what I needed to fix, and then I worked on that in the off season. My touch, my dribbling, all this stuff, speed. Those are always been big things for me because I'm in the midfield. So dribbling, touch, speed, most important parts of my game. Distributing, and I think playing with TCSC, playing for Mo, that helped a lot with all of those things, and it really built me as a player.
You've put a lot of work into this sport to get to where you are now. So what's your drive? What kind of puts you into that work mode and what keeps you going? I mean, there are definitely probably days where you probably didn't want to go out there and work on your dribbling or work on your touch. You just didn't feel like the grind was there. So what keeps you driven?
Yeah, obviously there's days that you don't want to go out there. There's days you don't want to go to practice. You feel sluggish, like we're real lethargic. You're on a Sunday, you don't want to do anything. You're gonna sit at home. But realistically, I love the sport too much. I've fallen in love with it. It's by far my favorite thing to do. Like free time, soccer. That's all I want to do. Like Sunday, I'm not doing anything, no homework, homework's done. I'm heading to the field. Like that's something that like I want to be working on just because I love it so much and I've fallen in love with the sport. And that's really what drives me is just how much I enjoy just sitting there, me and the ball. It's there's nothing like it. There's nothing like I can't really describe it. It's just so much of a love for the sport.
I want to talk about adversity because every athlete, no matter how long they've been playing, going to deal with something, whether it be a mental block or an injury or something's going to happen in their career that is a little bit of an obstacle. What do you think is your biggest form of adversity that you faced, and then tell us how you got through it?
I think probably my biggest form of adversity would have to be probably last year and kind of how this year is going because last year we our record wasn't great. We had only won 3 regular season games. And it was a very slow start. I mean, we were just losing games, tying games, losing. That was all that was happening. But we kept pushing through and we kept working and eventually we did pull through at the end. We progressed, we got better, and we got 3 wins at the end of the season. And it did take us a while to get there, but we made it through. And this season so far, it hasn't been great, but we haven't been playing bad. However, our record isn't showing how we're playing. We're not. Our record's not great. I mean, we've only won 1 game, and I understand that's not amazing to hear. But as a team, we are progressing. We are learning more. We're moving things around. We're figuring things out, and we will start to win more games. The ball's going to start heading back in the net, and we're going to be winning more games. That's our biggest thing. Is we need to score. Like that's probably our biggest problem. We need to put the ball in the back of the net, and we're working through that right now. So our biggest adversity is probably right now, and we're fixing things for sure, and we'll show that on Thursday.
I mean, your schedule, I mean, is not something that is conducive to anything easy. You're playing really good teams left and right. So, how much do you guys have that conversation? Like, hey, guys, I know it's like the record's not great, but we're playing really good teams and we're not getting blown out. Like you said, we're not playing bad. How much does that give you guys confidence going forward that, like, hey, we're gonna hit our stride soon?
Obviously, it's not a great feeling to be losing as much as we are, but I mean, you got to look back. We're playing difficult teams. Our first game was against Revere. They were number 2 in the state last year. That's never going to be an easy game to play. So I mean, we came out and like we played them. We played a hard game. We did what we could, and although we lost, we understood. We still played well. We did what we could, and we just kept going through with it. And now we're realizing, and now we're playing some teams that aren't as difficult as like a Revere or those higher up teams. We're starting to realize, oh, maybe we're better than we thought we were, and we're doing better than we thought we were. And we always have to keep that in the back of our mind. Yeah, we might have lost, but we lost to good teams. We're not playing like these easy teams, and then we're just getting blown out. No, no, these are great teams we're playing, and we're losing, but we are playing great as well. And the more we play these other teams, we're going to realize as a team we are good. If we can hang with these better guys, then we're gonna be able to beat our regular season guys. And I think we're just gonna throughout the season, well, we're definitely gonna show that a lot more, and we are going to do a lot better than people might think.
Let's talk about you in the classroom, senior year in the school. What have been some of your favorite things to study so far in Boardman?
This year hasn't been too bad, senior year, so it's nothing too difficult other than I'm really enjoying my physics class right now. I have that fifth period. I'm going there next. But that's been real fun. One of our players, his uncle was the teacher, so he's a fun guy, and I'm really enjoying that class so far.
What you said that this year hasn't been that bad. What has been the most difficult class that you've had in the high school career so far?
My most difficult class was probably last year. I had to take honors chemistry. I was not a chemist. I'll tell you that right now. That was a rough class. It was a really rough class.
What about like the one that I don't want to say easiest, but comes natural to you. You didn't have to, dig really deep to succeed in that class.
Um, I mean, one class it came kind of easier. I mean, it wasn't an easy class, but I just loved it so much. I took AP Government last year. I just loved the class. I mean, everything about it I loved. So, I just like I enjoyed being there. So that was probably my favorite class. I mean, it wasn't necessarily easy, but I didn't do bad. So yeah, probably that class.
Are there any teachers that have really impacted your journey in the school system that you think have really stood out to you?
Um, some like I've definitely had some people that like I definitely know. Okay, like this person has my back. Like Mr. Gerthong, he's the math teacher. He teaches algebra and geometry. He's a great teacher. He's a good person. We have like most of the math teachers. I mean, some of them are my football coaches. Popio, he's a great coach, good person. Um, Mr. Basista, all good people. I mean, good people outside of school, good teachers. They have your back, and you know that if you need something, you could go to these guys.
All right, Costa. One of the things that we like to do at the end of these profiles is we like to give the player the chance to take the limelight off themselves. I want you to talk about the people in your life that support you, that are there for you, and give them some shout outs before we let you go.
My biggest supporters is probably my family. Of course, I mean my mom, my dad, my two older brothers. I mean they've always been there for me. I mean both of my brothers are in college right now. They text me after every game. How'd it go? How'd you guys do? How'd you play? You score? All this stuff. I mean they're making sure everything's okay. My parents go to every game. My dad's the assistant coach. He's there all the time. My mom makes it to every game. And it's nice just having that support system around you because you know no matter what, play good or bad, you'll have them there telling you, hey, this is what you need to work on. You did good, but do this better. And it's okay that you messed up. You'll have it next time. And most of all, I got to give thanks to God. He's put me in a position like no other.
Costa, we want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your school day to come on and talk to us about your senior season. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way and in your future endeavors. We can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
I really appreciate you having me.